Hey there, Ron LeGrand here. I want to thank you for ordering my terms course. I promise you, by the time you get through listening to that and watching that course, your attitude about real estate is going to change for the better. Look, I've been at this for 38 years now, and I've been teaching for 33 of those years. And along the way, I've learned what makes people successful and why do some people not get successful. So I got a couple more things I'd like to tell you about before you leave me here today, because the first opportunity you've already taken. Now I want to show you how you can accelerate quickly and get to whatever level in the business that you want to get in. I already know you're interested because you just purchased my terms course. So now I'm going to show you how you can get it free as well. There are two key components to furthering your education and excelling quickly. One of those is a live event that we do 12 times a year called Quick Start Real Estate School. I still personally teach that event. Yeah, I show up personally, no clones. Now we do it all over the country, so our schedule is easy to get. And when you turn in the application, I'm going to show you here in a minute, someone will get back to you and we'll give you all that information. Now we still do live events. We will continue to do live events. So the boot camp is all about your training. It's your education. It's your college. It's about buying and selling houses without using your money or credit, both in beautiful neighborhoods all over the country, as well as ugly houses in not so beautiful neighborhoods. We're going to cover the whole thing in the 4 days. The entire first day is on the terms business. I go through it step by step. We practice, we have scripts, we have all the components right there for you to use. And then that evening, we actually make live seller calls to real sellers that you bring to class. I'll tell you everything you need to know to bring them to class. In fact, we'll even generate them for you if you want us to. So when you bring them, we call them, we make deals. That night you'll hear that happening live with the sellers over the loudspeaker, making deals while you watch. And on the second day, we're going to start structuring those deals in class. As we create them by my staff making live calls out, the second day I start talking about them. We bring you up and we show you what to do with these deals, why they're worth so much money, and how easy it is to convert a piece of paper called a property information sheet to a check within the next 30 to 60 days on beautiful houses, on beautiful neighborhoods with no rehab. Now look, you just watched the webinar on all that, so I'm not going to repeat that. You got the terms course, so you got everything you need about the terms business right there. But now when you come to class, we're actually going to drill it into you, and that's where you get your real hands-on training. Now on the second day, we start the ugly house business that afternoon, and I go through step by step on how to find these junkers, how to make offers on them, how to estimate repairs on them. And then when we get up the next morning, if you're in a live training, we're going to get out there and get on a bus and go out and look at some real properties that we got from realtors before we arrived, make real offers to show you what needs to be repaired and what it costs and the whole works. Now when we come back to class that afternoon, we're going to discuss where to get the money to buy these properties without going to any banks. Don't care what your credit looks like. Don't care what your past history looks like. It's irrelevant. Has nothing to do with borrowing private money to buy these junkers, to rehab them and reselling or whatever you want to do with them. I'm also going to do another deal structuring that afternoon. We're going to do deal structuring every single day so you can see these deals take place right before your eyes. I'll go into some entity structuring and some asset protection stuff that afternoon as well. Make sure you know how to operate your business when you leave. The whole last day is on selling houses. Selling houses our way, selling houses on autopilot, selling houses with you actually not going to go to a house. You see, we don't show houses. We don't even take inbound calls. Everything is done for us. We don't even come in contact with a buyer until we know how much money they got to put down and how much they can pay per month. It's all on autopilot, and you've never seen a company more systemized than we are to make sure that most of the work is done for you. Look, I still buy houses, and I'm telling you I don't spend 2 or 3 hours a month at it because all I do is make the decisions on who to buy from and who to sell to, and that's where I want to get you. I want to get you in a business to where you can make a lot more money with a lot less work and free up your time to do whatever it is you want to do. Now that's the Quick Start School. Again, we do 12 of those a year. But the second part of your training is one-on-one mentoring. That is when we take one of our 12 highly skilled mentors that are all in the same business, that have all excelled at it, that I personally chose, and literally work with you one-on-one for 6 months. I mean one-on-one, no group calls. They literally will be on the phone with you for 30 minutes at a predetermined time every single week. You'll send them property information sheets. They will go over them with you. They'll tell you what to do next. And get this, when necessary, they will literally get on the phone with your seller and set the payment and finish the closing call for you. And when you go to the house, tell them, make the appointment with them. They'll be on the phone with you and the seller to answer the seller's questions. What I ask them to do is call a seller for you, tell the seller you're just their boots on the ground and they're working with you as a partner and you're just going out there to look at the house, and don't ask any hard questions, but I'll be on the phone when they get there. In other words, take the pressure off of you. We find this works very, very well. And now when you get to the house, you don't have to worry about answering questions and, that you don't know the answers to, and you've got your partner right on the phone with you. It works very good. Now, another thing that these mentors will do, and I insist on it, is that they will review any purchase agreements long before you get them to the seller. We do not want you sending agreements to a seller. I'm going to teach you how to fill out the agreements, but I promise you it's going to take more than a class. You're only going to learn this by doing some. But we want them back before you send them to the seller so that we know they're correct and save a lot of cleaning up the mess later. Our virtual assistants will talk to your attorney. If you need them to talk to your attorney, just tell them. They'll talk to your potential buyers to make sure that they're real and not just time wasters. They're going to save you a lot of deals, and they're also going to hold you accountable. You see, when we built this program, we built in the accountability. So you're going to be accountable to them, and they're going to be accountable to me. I get a report from them every single week on how you're doing, and they report to me, and if we had issues, I'll get on the phone myself and get with you and help you get them fixed. Now look, you can get my live event. You can come to my Quick Start School without entering mentoring, but you cannot enter mentoring unless you have been trained first. Mentoring is about implementation. The boot camp is about training. So we got to get the training in before we do the mentoring. And I'm not going to take your money for mentoring if you haven't been trained. Frankly, it would be wasting your money, and I'm just not going to do that. So we got to get trained first, then we start implementing, and your mentors will spend 6 months with you implementing. So all you need to do right now, if you want this information, is just fill out the application attached and send it in, and I'll have somebody get back to you and answer all your questions. They'll go over the entire program for you. They'll go over easy financing for you. If you want in this thing, you can get in it. You're not going to have to mortgage the house to get in our mentoring program. And there will be a simply exchange of information. It's not going to be a hard sell. My folks have strict instructions to work with the people who want to work with us and not try to pressure anybody to do anything. Now, I reserve the right to accept you or deny you. Please don't get upset if I don't accept you into the program. If I do, it is for your benefit, and I am the final decision maker on that. Now, my mentors can only take 15 clients each. So if you want in the program, go ahead and get your application in now. We will be back with you certainly probably within at least 48 hours from now. Carry on the conversation, and then you can do what's best for you. We here at Global Publishing have a whole building full of employees working every day to make your life easier, to help you excel, make more money, keep more of it, protect it, retire wealthy, and once you enter Planet Ron, you can go as far as you want to go and as fast as you want to go, but I just went over the first steps for you. You got the course. I'm giving that to you for free if you upgrade to the live training or the mentoring. And we got some other bonuses as well. When you get the mentoring, you'll see that I'm going to give you over $4,000 worth of stuff just entering the mentoring program that we don't normally give you. So now's a great time to get that application in and get into Planet Ron. Thank you for ordering. See you soon.